episode of Action Hour, we are sharing a special recording of a keynote conversation between civil rights activists Greta Kammermeyer and WEAN environmental data analyst Violet Bloomer, moderated by WEAN Executive Director Marnie Jackson at this year's WEAN Summer Benefit. We're so glad we can share this special conversation with members of our community who couldn't be in the room to hear it in person. Special thanks to Robbie Cribbs of Soundtrap Studios for lending his audio skills to make this recording happen. Take a listen.
Are we all turned on? You want to test?
Testing.
Okay. Raise your hand if you can hear us.
Yeah.
All right. Great. A little bit. They can hear us a little bit. Okay. Oh, we're louder now. Great. How about you, Greta? Can they hear you?
I have nothing to say.
It's going to be a short panel. Thank you so much for sticking around. It's my honor to share this stage with my colleague Violet, very close. I'm going to lean right in. My colleague Violet Bloomer. Violet is an environmental scientist, an undergraduate student at the University of Washington, studying environmental science and resource management, and she has served for about a year as WEAN's environmental data analyst. As you heard during our earlier program, she's just doing extraordinary work. I'm also joined by Greta Kammermeyer. Many of you know Greta. She is a Norwegian-American colonel. She had an illustrious 3-decade-long career as a military nurse. She earned a Bronze Star in Vietnam. She served as chief nurse of the Washington National Guard. And Greta was discharged in 1992 for disclosing she is a lesbian. She successfully challenged this decision in U.S. federal court, where a judge held that the ban on gays in the military violated the Constitution of the United States of America.
That was then.
Yeah, that was then. And this precedent-setting fight for justice really paved the way for a swath of human rights advances in the United States. And so I just want to say thank you for your trailblazing work.
It was no fun.
So I want to say thank you so much for the generosity that you've just shown us, donors in this room. We're going to have a brief panel discussion, and then we'll share our total that we raised today. And then I want to say thank you to my fellow panelists for being here. We are here to celebrate work that lasts beyond generations, and that no one of us can ever completely finish in our lifetime. Like an ecosystem, society needs multiple relationships, resource sharing, knowledge sharing, interchange. And so having these panelists here together, representing 3 generations of activists, advocates, fighters for justice, it's a deep honor. Greta, you've spent decades putting your values on the line, from your wartime service to your litigation. What would you say to a room full of people who are here to turn their love of something, in this case nature, into tangible action?
Well, a simple question. I don't think you know what you can do as an individual until you have the opportunity to take on a challenge. And you can't anticipate that until it's in front of you. And at that time, you make the choice between taking a stand or backing off. I'm here as an accidental environmentalist. It's the furthest thing from my mind until Marnie suggested maybe it wasn't. And so I thought I would share a couple of experiences to show how far out of it I am when it comes to as an environmentalist. When I came to America, I was 9 years old, Washington, D.C., hot and humid, and I had to walk to school, and there were these leaves on the ground, from bushes, and I would take them and take the leaf and put them over my eyes because it was nice and moist and wet. And at home, I would then come home from school and my face would be all red and swollen because I had found the best poison ivy anybody, and it was not a one-time learning experience. It kept on returning because I didn't recognize that there were different leaves. So I had a lesson there. Now, 70 years later, here on Whidbey Island, I don't have a green thumb, but I wanted a little garden with potatoes and raspberries. That's all there is in the world for Norwegians. And so I'm not a gardener. And I thought, well, if I kept it confined, so I asked a fellow if we could have his tires from his track. And he brought it over, put it in place. We filled it with good soil, I thought. And over the years, nothing has grown. And then I decided, well, maybe I should look up and see what the rubber does in terms of seeping into the soil. Well, lo and behold, you've got the lead and you've got the chemicals and you've got all of this stuff, because my raspberries did not grow and my potatoes looked really weird. And so we decided to move. That was the best way to handle it. So now I don't have to worry about a garden. I don't have to worry about the toxins or anything else. So when I say an accidental environmentalist, it is based on some of our experiences that we've had. And I didn't answer your question at all, did I?
No, but what I didn't hear from you was that you had the tires removed.
Yeah,
so,
well, I did.
Yes, you didn't just leave a mess for somebody else, which is a lesson for those of us who, when we learn, we do better.
Well, and I think we trust, first of all, directly what's in front of us. And when I was in Vietnam, we trusted that we were going there for the right reason. We trusted that the reason for using Agent Orange was to protect our troops, having no idea the after effect that would have on the environment in Vietnam, which is still absolutely decimated by what we did, and then the effect that it had on our children, and it's believing that the agencies and the system is there and wouldn't hurt us in the process, and you expect not to be harmed by the country that you work in and the agencies that are here. And in today's environment, there is no protection for anything. So we have to stand up and speak out for ourselves and continue to do the best that we can on a local level to protect our future and that of future generations.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that really speaks to this idea that when we know better, we can do better, and that when we all speak up, we can evolve as a society. And I'd turn to you now, Violet, and I'd ask, as a member of a generation that has grown up carrying the burden of climate anxiety and awareness of climate consequences, how do you remain optimistic? And what would you say to people who might feel like it's too late?
Yeah, I guess I can't really count how many times an adult or a person older than me in my life has said, "I'm so sorry that you've been left all this mess, and it's up to you to solve this issue with the climate." But honestly, as someone who is in science, I don't really feel that much climate anxiety. And it's true what they've said. Our planet is warming at a rate far greater than it would be due to natural climate fluctuations. So much so that scientists are naming a new epoch, the Anthropocene, marking the beginning of human industrialization and our impact on the environment. But on the other hand, as a scientist, again, as an intentional environmentalist, contradictory to Greta, I am not afraid some people like myself and like everyone in this room that are making a difference in their own ways, whether that be through science and research and activism and policy, data-driven science, which is what I do. At the University of Washington, I've assisted with several research projects. The main one was looking at urban carnivores as indicators of community health. And one of the most important things I think I've learned in academia is that we, and through WEAN, is that we are all part of the same community. We are all equal participants, humans and non-humans. And I think that's another sentiment that just gives me a lot of hope. There's so many people like myself working towards things and doing research and looking at communities, looking at wildlife as bioindicators, which is just so cool and so exciting. And I hope for people that feel like it's too late that they can find comfort in the things we are doing and discovering every day.
Thank you. Following that, Greta, what would you want a person of Violet's generation to hear from you?
That it really was a journey. You know, I was just talking with my spouse before coming here, and she's older than I, and that's old. And was saying that when she was growing up in Los Angeles, the smog was so bad that they could not go outside at all. And it was before the days of the environmental protection and whatever else it's called, having to do with clean air. And it was as a result of people banding together and that, you know, action took place. And even though this may not be the political time, it's the time where we can continue on a grassroots level to work together, because it's as we tell the stories that people who maybe as naive as I begin to understand the importance of the efforts that everyone is putting out, because we may not be actual environmentalists, but rather accidental ones who can recycle, who can learn how to do things. And we just talked the other day, my spouse and I just moved from a big house to a little one in Maple Ridge, and they have garbage cans. But for 30 years, I've had 5 garbage cans to be able to recycle at home and then, you know, separate them at home rather than trying to go through the garbage. And at this new place we moved to, they don't have that. And we're supposed to relearn how to put recyclable garbage in with the regular garbage. And that is tough, going backwards. But you said that you've just accomplished something. You can tell.
Yeah, well, you know, Island County, and I can't claim the credit independently, but many community members have spoken up and asked Island County for curbside recycling. And so just this year, the commissioners moved to require curbside recycling from their garbage contractor. And it is coming to our community. It's coming to Whidbey and Camino Islands very, very soon as a result of community action.
So I would say to you, you teach us what we need to know. We're teachable.
Thank you. And Violet, what would you want to say to somebody of Greta's generation?
Condolences.
I want to say thank you, and I appreciate and I acknowledge the work that you and many others of your generation have put into making change and making the world a better place in so many more ways than just making better habitat for humans and non-humans. And I guess just that we have the solutions. We're coming up, we're finding the solutions every day, but we have so many of the solutions. It's just about putting it into action. And I am so grateful that I have been able to do that with WEAN and with other organizations like the Land Trust. And I think that it's possible and to progress, and I look forward to the future.
Thank you.
And I guess I would add at this point is that things seem to be moving backwards, that we seem to be losing how far we had come. And what we know is where we have been, even though we have lost, this is also the future that we can look forward to. As we continue to hang in there, we know that we can do better. I was just on Facebook today and watched a celebration of women in the military. And the last 2 4-star generals and admirals had just been fired by this administration. And that's for women in the military. But what we know is that they can do the job. And 2 years from now, they will. And they'll be back and we'll be back. Mm-hmm. So we cannot give up. We cannot believe that this is the future is what we're seeing. We're experiencing it, but hopefully we will learn from it also and continue to move forward. And that's the exciting prospect of knowing where we've been, we can come back again.
And some.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, at this point, I would like to invite my fellow panelists to retake their seats, and I want to say thank you so much for sharing your perspectives with us. I'm going to stand, and I'm going to invite a couple of folks to join me. I'd like my colleague Amanda to come to the stage. We're going to share a total. Is that something you have, Amanda?
Yeah, I think we have to do math, though.
We have to do math. Okay. Now, for our next trick, we'll do math. While Amanda does math, I just want to share a few expressions of gratitude. So thank you. I want to give a very special thanks to our sponsors today. They helped make this possible. Our canopy level sponsors, Puget Sound Energy and Whidbey Island Kayaking. Thank you so much for your support. Our sponsor, Edward Jones Freeland, was also a big support. Thank you. And again, a second, third, fourth, and 1,000th time, thank you to our founders, Mariana Dane and Steve Erickson. I'd like to thank our board. Board Chair, Andrea Linton. Vice Chair Linda Lamar, Treasurer Gabby Caro, Secretary Belinda Griswold, and board members Neil O'Shea, Kim Drury, Jackie Lassiter, and Andrea Trisler. I'd like to thank our outgoing team members, Riley McVeigh, who completed with us in April, and Amanda Bullis, who completes with us in July. I'd like to thank our data analyst, Violet Bloomer, and our incoming staff, communications and membership manager, Nia Martin, and community relations manager, Sarah Hink. I'd like to thank our hosts, Russ and Aaron, for this beautiful venue. And the many other members of our support team, Speaker Greta, visual artists Sharon and Tony, band members, Rob, Russ, Sarah, and Christine. They had an ill bass player today, but there were 4 members of the Porch Brothers, 3 who could be here today. Thank them all. Our chef, Sam. Our audio assistant, Robbie. And all the volunteers and staff who've made the event run so smoothly and counted up a lot of numbers.
Yes. Can I be the one to
Please.
tell everyone how much money we raised today?
Tell everybody how much money we raised today.
We raised $164,741. In the immortal words of Elle Woods, we did it!
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Another man up in the pulpit in the state house. Head of the table with a black pen, scratching egos, talking too loud. Externalize every outcome, every warm gun, every profit. And kneeling down to the flashing numbers, the NASDAQ, the cold constructs. Running backwards to just keep moving, just keep moving, just keep moving. Unlearning every lesson that our mothers tried to teach us.
This podcast is a production of the Whidbey Environmental Action Network and is made possible by our generous donors. Produced, edited, and mixed by me, Amanda Bullis. Special thanks to Marianne and Steve for their years of service through action and for lending their voices to this podcast. To WEAN's Executive Director, Marnie Jackson, and our board for their leadership. Special thanks to Whidbey musician Nathaniel Talbot for letting us use his track Intuition from the album Animal, available on Bandcamp.
There's a war being waged back at the workplace. Every day on your paycheck, a volume of confidence against the idea of your body being put into your own hands. So please don't hold it, please don't hold it, please don't hold it back. Unleash the power, the straight logic of compassion. What I need now ain't that old religion or the cold hard facts. Just need a woman's intuition, get us on track. Just need a woman's intuition, get us on track. Stepping out of the shadow of a false man's allegory, slowly erasing that old violence from the story. Recoupling emotion, slow emotion to intelligence, granting the planters, healers, teachers, feelers a new relevance. What I need now ain't that old religion or the cold